Game from Inch Clark. Dave Inch Clark pitching and Johnny Baldwin doing the catching. We'll round the lineups out for you as we progress. The first batter for Coshocton is Dave Jennings, and he took a ball inside. The 0-1 pitch is swung on a miss. The count is even at 1-1. Dave Inch Clark, your pitcher. Johnny Baldwin, the catcher. Coshocton in with a mark of 11 victories and 2 defeats. Swung on a miss on an outside breaking curveball. 1-2 on Dave Jennings. Probably the station. Lost your signal, though. I lost my signal. That's nice. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Baldwin throws it down to first, and Jennings is run up on a strikeout. First for Dave Inch Clark.
How's he doing?
What? They lost my signal. How could they had me? How could they lose me?
Okay, hold your line, John.
Batting second, number 17, shortstop, Dan Olinger.
They had me and lost me. Testing. It's going to be a lovely day. I'm soaking wet already. I'm so mine. I was soaking wet. Right got my red pen. Play by Bill Rory on the first to Dave Murray. And Dan Olinger is retired on a bad hopping ball to third baseman Inch Clark.
Now batting center fielder, number 38, Adam Rector.
I just said, how's he doing? He's not getting anything, John.
I don't know what his problem is. They had us. How could they lose us?
There it is.
There it is. Well, I think we're back. Are we back?
You got him now?
We're having some audio problems back at the station. 2 out here in the bottom half or top half of the first as I'm all shook up, I'm all wet and everything else. No score as we're underway a little bit early. The first 2 batters, Dave Jennings struck out against Inch Clark, and Dan Olinger went out 5-3. Rory to Murray, 2 down, and the batter now is center fielder Adam Rector. The count is 0-2. Clark's curveball breaking way outside. 1-2 from Inch Clark. Dave Inch Clark will be a senior at Steubenville Big Red next year. Small fellow, about 5'6", but he has a big heart and a big curveball. The 1-2 delivery. There's that breaking ball, and it's ripped in the left field for a base hit. Coming on to field it on one hop is Jay Camprell, and Adam Rector has the first base hit of the game. Coshocton in with a mark of 11 victories and only 2 defeats. They defeated Post 33 and Post 33's openers.
Number
A doubleheader victory back on the 11th for Coshocton, 3-1 and 11-7. Johnny Baldwin doing the catching. The infield, Dave Murray at first, Nodianis at second, Davis at short, Rory at third. In the outfield, it's Copperow in left, Larry Mettenberger in center, and on right is Kevin Janeski. The batteries, Clark and John Baldwin. John Neese along with Chicky Phillips once again from the beautiful Vaccaro Field on the campus of the University of Steubenville. Clark stretches, the fastball almost got away as leaping up high and making a nice stop of it is catcher Johnny Baldwin.
Well, hopefully, John, we have everything straightened out right now, and we'll be able to bring you the rest of the game without any future problems.
The batter is first baseman Gene Barry. Clark makes a move to first, and getting back quickly is Adam Rector. A runner at first and 2 down here in the top half of the first, just underway. Fastball is popped down the first baseline. Murray moving over. Clark moving over near the Steubenville dugout, and Inch Clark grabs but cannot catch it near the Steubenville dugout. The sun is very high up there. The ball was extremely high, and it was a tough play for pitcher Inch Clark as he, Baldwin, and Murray surrounded the ball in front of the Steubenville dugout.
Right.
Count is even at 1-1 to lefty Gene Barry,
Okay.
the first baseman for Coshocton Post 65.
Okay.
The stretch by Clark. A 1-1 pitch, the runner takes off. The bouncing ball into right field, short right field, fielded by Nodianis and on to Murray. as Gene Berry's bouncing Baldwin into short right field. Nodianis gliding over, made the gloving stop and flipped on to Davey Murray to retire Gene Berry 4-3. In the inning for Coshocton, no runs on one hit, no errors. There was one runner left, and at the end of a half inning, it's Coshocton nothing, Steubenville coming to bat.
The chance, come on down and see at least one of them today.
Johnny Baldwin will lead off at post 33. He's hitting at a 333 clip. First pitch by Wilson is a breaking ball into the dirt. Johnny with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. We have no stats on the Coshocton post 65 squad other than an 11-2 record. 1-0 pitch is a called strike, and the count evens at 1-1. The leadoff batter, catcher Johnny Baldwin. Mike Wilson's the pitcher for Coshocton. His catcher is Mike Barnett. We'll round out the Coshocton inner defense in a moment. Baldwin on a foul tip has the count moved to 1-2 as he tried to check his swing, but the ball tipped off of his bat. Behind the plate today, Frank Landy Domingo, base umpire Dave Wood from Wintersville. 1-2 delivery from Wilson. Just inside, the count evens at 2-2.
Today, John, the wind seems to be blowing toward left center. The past couple days it's been going out to right. Today it's blowing toward left, so a lot of right-handers might have a shot to see something today.
Breaking ball hits way in front of the plate, and the count has run out on Johnny Baldwin at 3-2. We're still waiting for a first home run of the season of the year in the regular season. We had 4 in the alumni game. Payoff delivery to Baldwin. He's upstairs, and Baldwin draws a leadoff walk.
Good start to the first inning, John. Let's see if Roy will try and move him up to second base, see if post 33 can get an early lead like they did yesterday.
Now batting, third baseman,
Billy
number
in
23,
368 has
Bill
1 home run.
Rory.
Club leading 13 RBIs in the number 2 spot. And he's also got a club leading 9 bases on balls. He's in with 3 sacrifices, and he may be up just to do that, as we'll watch where he stands in the batter's box, and he's up close, which means he will offer at the bunt. The Coshocton third baseman Dave Jennings also feeling bunt as he is drawn in on the grass. Holding at first is Gene Berry. Wilson will stretch. Check Baldwin at first. Delivery. Rory bunts it down the first base side and foul. So Billy definitely sacrificing, could not get it down in fair territory.
John trying to push it down the first baseline, so the first baseman has to make the play. He, of course, is trying to hold the runner back at first base. If he bunts it down third, they'd have a clean shot at getting Baldwin at second base. So Bill's trying to bunt it between the pitcher and first baseman.
Wilson ahead on the count. No balls and 1 strike. Check of the runner. Baldwin is running. The hit and run is on. Rory pops one into short right field. Coming on quickly is the right fielder, Mike Wright. He makes the catch. His throw back to first is not in time, as Johnny Baldwin diving back in just beat Mike Wright's throw.
What happened, I think the first baseman took his foot off the bag too soon, John. From the throw, it looked like they had a shot at John. He couldn't pick up the ball. The pitch run was in the right field. Took Johnny a couple seconds to realize what was going on. As he come back to first, the throw come in from the right field, and it looked like they had a shot at getting him. But just from up here in the press box, it looked like the first baseman may have just pulled his foot off the bag a touch too soon.
That was a real strong throw by right fielder Mike Wright. And Baldwin hustling back, just got back in. So a runner at first and 1 down for post 33. In the bottom half of the first, it'll be Robbie Davis coming to bat, hitting in the number 3 spot and playing shortstop. Davis in at 458, a homer and 5 RBIs. Fastball is high and outside for a ball. On deck, the hero of yesterday, Mike Nodianis, with 2 game-winning RBIs in the 7th inning of both games in the doubleheader sweep from Massillon. There's a breaking ball of beauty, and the count is even to Robbie Davis at 1-1. Wilson gets his sign from catcher Barnett. The stretch, he moves to first. He's got Baldwin picked up. Berry down to the shortstop, Olinger. He'll run him back to first. So Wilson, the pitcher, and they get him out over at second base. I'm not even sure who made that 10. I think it was the second baseman eventually, Bob Skelton, making the tag.
We might have some interference out there, John. Johnny Baldwin ran into one of the fielders for Coshocton, Chuck Watt, and Calder out there arguing about it. Definitely interfered
No,
with Baldwin.
it's not interference. It's called obstruction.
Obstruction. Sorry about that, John. But,
So let's see what the situation here is. As umpire Frank Landy behind the plate and Dave Wood, the base umpire, are discussing the play. And if obstruction is ruled, Baldwin will be awarded second base and the out will not be recorded.
John, you're an umpire. What do you think?
I didn't see the contact. I believe that there was contact. And we can't give you the explanation, but the rule goes when a runner is in a run down, come on, and a player is in the base line without the base ball, and the offensive player touches the defensive player, that is known as obstruction. And in obstruction, the play will continue until it ends, and if the runner is put out or doesn't advance to a base that he was going to, then the award is made.
Chuck Watt's still out there arguing the umpires, trying to get the safe call, John, but I don't think he's going to win this. They've ruled him out, and Johnny Baldwin's going back to the game.
No, Chuck's going back to the third base coaching box. Johnny Baldwin is picked off first on a series of throws, which I can't give you all the numbers there. We had a 1-3-1 shot yesterday. However, making the final tag was second baseman Bob Skelton, and that records out number 2 after the discussion on whether or not obstruction took place.
Bags, and just from up here, I thought he did obstruct, is what you called it, but the home plate umpire definitely
like
ruled him out.
interference or whatever.
Chuck was definitely upset about the call, but
That's right.
that's the way it's going to stand. 2 out, nobody on, and Robbie Davis.
The base umpire ruled him out, and then there was a discussion between he and the home plate umpire, and they both agreed that he was out. So it's 2 down to Davis, and he drives one into right field on one hop, fielded by Wright, and Robbie Davis has a single with 2 out here. So the pickoff play, an important play, because I'm not sure if Baldwin would have scored on that one shot to right, but it would at least have
Number
first and
17,
third. So
second
they're 2 down, and
Mark Nodianis.
Rob Davis at first base.
Let's see if Nody can continue his hard hitting after winning both games at clutch hits yesterday afternoon against Mansfield.
Nody in at 375, 1 home run, and 12 RBIs as Wilson moves to first, and back safely is Robbie Davis. So 2 down, and Davis at first here in the bottom half of the first. No score. Stretched by Wilson. The fastball is fouled straight back by Mike Nodianis. You're not going anything out there, just eating dinner, and want to come out and see some good baseball? Why not get into the family car and come over to Vaccaro Field on the campus of the University of Steubenville? A doubleheader. We'll have the first game on here as we're broadcasting, and then we'll join the Pirates at around 2:30 or so. There's a chopper to short by Nodianis. Hollinger on to Skelton, and the force play is recorded at second. Davis retired 6-4, and in the Steubenville first. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of 1, we're scoreless.
At the end of 1 inning.
A hot day like today, it's nice not to throw a whole lot of pitches. If Inch is to be successful, I gotta believe that he's got to get the breaking ball over, which is his bread and butter pitch, because he's not a possessor of a hard fastball. There's the fastball right down the pipe, and Mamarella takes it for a strike.
Another one of those 33 pitchers that have to have good defense behind him, John, in order to be successful.
Rod comes in, and hopefully it'll get bigger and bigger. Curveball is low, and the count evens at 1-1. Only $1 for adults, 50 cents for youngsters. You can bring your car in and park. We've got a lot of facilities, refreshment stand, restrooms, Just a beautiful place to watch the ball game. Mamarella pops one down the right field line. Janeski moving over to his right, fighting the sun, and makes the catch. So Mamarella pops out to Janeski down the right field line, one up and one down. And yesterday we saw the right fielders having a little bit of trouble. And for the Steubenville benefit, it helped them win the game when Davis's fly ball was lost in the second game in the bottom half of the seventh.
The next batter,
Well, the way
right
it looks,
fielder,
any fly
number
ball
4,
to the right side,
right.
especially the right field,
Right.
you can't take anything for granted. The sun is a high sky today, and as we've seen yesterday, anything can happen.
There's a Clark fastball on the outside corner, strike number 1. And what we're seeing is Inch Clark getting ahead of the hitters here in the first inning and the third. One down here in the top of the second. Curveball is a beauty, and backing out is Mike Wright. 0-2. Wright is the right fielder, and that was a beautiful breaking, hard-breaking curveball.
You were saying earlier, John, if he can get that curveball over, it definitely gives the Coshocton batters some trouble.
Breaking ball inside and almost hit him.
Inch Clark's seen a lot of action as pitcher for Steubenville Big Red this past spring.
1-2 to Mike Wright, right-handed batting right fielder. The Clark fastball is driven down to short on 2 hops. Davis, the long throw to Murray in time. And Wright is retired. Davis to Murray, 6-3 if you're scoring along with us. Out number 2 in the inning, bringing up second baseman Bob Skelton.
Next batter,
Routine
second
ground ball to
baseman,
Robbie, short,
number
2
6,
hops,
Bob
clean throw
Skelton.
the first, 2 outs
Skelton.
in the second inning.
Always nice when you can get those high-hopping balls so that you can come up nicely and throw easily. Baldwin adjusting his shin guard. 2 down here in the top half of the second inning with no score. Coshocton in at 11-2 and post 33 at 7-7 on a 2-game winning streak. Clark's first pitch is a breaking ball inside to Bob Skelton. I think post 33 has been above, yes they were, above 500. At one time they were 4-3. Only time they were above 500. Skelton missed a high fly in the medium left field. Cockrell under it, and squeezes it for the third out. A nice, easy inning for Dave Inch Clark. 3 up and 3 down in the Coshocton second at the end of an inning and a half. Coshocton nothing, Steubenville nothing. And enjoy a nice Sunday afternoon of baseball as post 33 is meeting Coshocton. Wilson's first pitch, leadoff batter in the second inning, is called strike, and that's David Murray, the first baseman. Dave inning at 195, in with no homers and 7 RBIs. The next pitch is inside for a ball. The count is even at 1-1.
John, I hope this don't have anything to do with 2 Phillips being in the press box at the same time.
Is that right? Well, who knows? Breaking ball swung on and missed. Murray is behind in the count at 1-2. Don Phillips using the computerized scoreboard and our PA man, Mr. Jim Blackburn, videotaping. Curveball way into the dirt. It bounces off of the shin guards of pitcher Barnett. And the count to Murray is even at 2-2.
Dave, long overdue, John. Let's see if he can get a good start here in the second inning.
Well, in yesterday's first game, he came up with 2 bingles, and he hit the ball hard. 2-2 delivery. And he drives one to deep left. Going back is the left fielder. It may be out of here. Mamarella will not get it. It is off the fence. Murray is around second and will hold with a stand-up double. Deep left center, David Murray at the 360 sign almost got the first shot out of here as he golfed it long and deep. And left fielder Mamarella had no chance.
Now batting,
He
left
flipped it
fielder,
off the
number
fence, so
28,
Murray is
Jay
aboard with a
Cockrell.
leadoff double. And that'll bring
Almost got that sucker.
Jay Cockrell.
Nice hit by Dave that time, John. 1 hop off the 360 sign out there in left center. Thought it had a shot of being the first one to get out here, but as we said before, the field's playing longer than what it looks. Oh, yeah,
It's because of the wind, probably. Murray hit one up against the 380 sign in straightaway center yesterday. Cockrell the batter, and he takes it called strike. Showed no indication of bunting. Murray aboard the leadoff double. Here in the bottom of the second. No score. Wilson stretches. Checks the runner. Now delivers to Cockrell, and the fastball is fouled back over the right side. 0-2 to Jay. Dave from Buckeye South, hitting a .294, a homer, and 4 RBI.
Chuck Watt giving Gabriel the hit sign all the way, John.
There's a brightness
Talked a lot to him yesterday about hinging his head out of there on the break.
Better turn up as far as it is.
Having a little bit of difficulty.
The brightness, I'm saying.
He sees far as balls from Wilson.
There's a brighter dim, that's all there is.
Dimmer switch.
Yeah.
Fastball down low, and it's
That's the
1-2.
only one. That's it. Bright or dim. That's it. You can see it.
You can't help. You can't say it like that.
Curveball just on the outside of the plate trying to get Coco to go fishing that time.
Stretch and Wilson's 1-2 pitches a breaking ball driven to third. Nice gloving stop by Jennings. Jennings to the first for the out. Moving over to third is Murray, and he's gone. It's a double play for the shotgun. So Jennings threw out Jake Atwell 5-3, and then first baseman Gene Berry made a strike back to Jennings at third, and he caught Murray trying to advance. So the double play goes 5-3 to 5.
I think if Dave had to do over again, John, he just would have went back to second base and stayed there. Because when the third baseman got the ball, he looked at Dave, forced him back
Now
out.
that right fielder number 16, Kevin
That time he started to go to third, and good throw from the first baseman back to the third baseman. Good tag, Dave was
when you
out.
take his
Frank
off
Landy, the plate umpire, was right on the play, and he gave the big out. That was Kevin Gineski.
You ever have to
strike
call
from
off?
Wilson. I remember Wilson last year had a little bit of control trouble against post on this race. But walked off batter Johnny Baldwin, but picked him off and has not walked another batter. Fastball
Check
down
it
low,
in
and
between
it's 1-1.
games, Bubba.
But the leadoff double goes to waste as Murray is doubled up on the ground ball to third. And first baseman Berry threw back to Jennings to record the 5-3-5 twin killing. Gineski chops one down to second base. Nice hop to Stelton on to Berry, and Kevin Gineski is the third out of the inning for Steubenville. Nothing across for post 33. 3 up and 3 down at the end of 2. Coshocton nothing, Steubenville nothing. Up after the third, Kings Park will face the 8-9-1 hitters. Barnett, Wilson, and Jennings.
20 pitches through 2 innings, John.
That's not too shabby, I'm gonna tell you. 10 an inning. Mike Barnett, the catcher's the hitter, takes the ball from Ince Clark. The 0-1 is inside, and it's ball 2, and Dave, for one of the few times, is behind the hitter.
As we've seen the last couple of games, John, pitchers getting the ball around the plate, and the game is going by very fast.
There's a fastball. Foul strike number 1. We started about 8 minutes early. We'll be joining the Pirates. I think they come on at about 2:35. The Buccos on the street also have won 7 in a row. Post 33 looking for their 3rd straight. Just down low, and it's 3-1 to leadoff hitter Mike Barnett, the catcher. On deck, pitcher Mike Wilson. Can't say it enough, just lovely weather we've had. This is our 5th straight broadcast, and the weather has been outstanding. On the outside corner, the count is full now at 3-2. So why not get in that family car, as we mentioned, and come around. Another game to follow.
I'm not making enough of it.
Payoff pitch is up high, and Barnett draws a leadoff walk.
I'm going to see how Coshocton plays it now with the number 9 hitter up and being the top of the third in a 0-0 game.
First pass from Ince Clark, one strikeout.
Mike Wilson.
Wilson, the pitcher, a 3-0 pitching mark. As we said, we have no batting averages on the Coshocton squad.
Coshocton usually plays it pretty close to the vest, so we look for him to bunt here.
Wilson squares. He offers on a high pitch. It's a strike. The throw down to first, but not in time to get Barnett. He offered it a ball, so instead of being 1-0, it's 0-1.
He didn't look good on that bunt at all, John.
They tell you one of the things you have to do is bunt strikes, and Mike Wilson did not bunt a strike that time.
He has a chance to help himself, move a runner up into scoring position.
There's a curveball, and he fouls it back, and that's one of the toughest pitches. The bunt is that breaking ball. 0-2, Clark ahead. Let's see if we can turn the double play if they take the bunt off.
Nice curveball by Clark on that time. As you said, John, definitely a tough pitch to bunt when he has something on it as he did that time.
Ince Clark gets a new ball, 0-2 count. That's his best pitch, as we mentioned. That sharp breaking overhand curveball. Checks the runner at first and goes over there as catcher Mike Barnett has a pretty good lead. On deck, Dave Jennings, strikeout victim back in the first.
I'd have to think that they have him swinging away now, John. Let's hope that he doesn't turn around and get a base hit.
Moved to first, and he almost got him.
Oh, they had him that time.
He was leaning a good away slide as he hit the dirt head first. He went away from the tag, and Dave Murray got it down there quickly.
Maybe that's an indication that they're going to try some hit and run here.
Inch Clark has a good move, as most of the big red pitchers did this year from Jake Hollywood. What they do, as there's another move to first, is they start to wind, and then they go all in one motion before coming to the set. And they try to catch the runner leaning. The 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball way outside. Clark trying to get his mound opponent Wilson to go fishing.
Good call there by the catcher Baldwin.
One and two on pitcher Mike Wilson. The stretch, the pitch, fastball is pumped down the first base side high. Murray in foul territory will make the easy play. So Wilson pops in the first. One out, and Dave Jennings, the batter, he struck out to lead the game off.
Another example of not being able to help themselves, John. He was up there to bunt, tried twice, didn't get it. Now, easy pop up to Dave Murray at first. One out, one on here in the third, no score.
Now that is Jennings.
Jennings, third baseman. Let's see if Coshocton has something going here with one down. Barnett at first. First delivery is given right up, back, and through the mound. Clark ducked from that one. It was a real shot. Mettenberger fields it in center field and back into Davis. So Jennings with a one-out single. Moving to second, Barnett. Jennings at first on the second hit off Dave Clark.
Olinger.
That'll bring out Dan Olinger from West Lafayette Ridgewood High School. I know Dan and knew his brother, who went to University of Pittsburgh on a basketball scholarship.
Well, as we were saying before, Coshocton has some fine athletes, and they usually give post 33 all they can handle.
So we've got the first big threat of the game. Coshocton has runners at second and first, Barnett and Jennings, and Olinger, who grounded out to third on a nice play by Rory back in the first, is the hitter. Nodianis creeps towards second, but Clark delivers for a called strike. I don't think Inch should have thrown that ball chip because Mike Nodianis was standing on second base.
Yes, if the hitter could have wrapped one right toward where Nodianis was, the run would have scored easily, but as it was, he took the curveball right over the heart of the plate for a strike. Got a break that time.
Usually the pitcher should step off when one of his fielders is out of position. 0-1 to Olinger. Davis sneaking in behind. There's the pick off the tip, and they got him. He's gone. Davis got in behind Barnett. There was daylight, no daylight rule. And what Clark did was he stuck the throw in on the third base side of second, and Barnett was a dead duck.
Boy, get good camera work on that, man. Good camera work I had on that.
Choice on the base paths. This is their first runner thrown out. Steubenville's had one picked off, and Murray trying to advance on an infield ground, and he was also thrown out.
So a runner at first with two down now, and Clark moves to first and drives Jennings back. A big pickoff play. Scoring with us would be 1-6. Clark to Davis.
You could see that all the way from the press box.
The old daylight play was there, and the throw was perfect. Sidearm delivery by Clark. A breaking ball hangs inside.
You said, John, the throw was perfect. The ball was right on the bag, and the runner took himself out by sliding right into Robbie Davis's glove.
Fielders just get the ball and lay it down and get it out of there, and that's what Robbie did. 1-1 pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Baldwin. Jennings takes off. Baldwin's throw is in. Johnny Baldwin with a second. So Coshocton in the inning had a walk and a single, but only 3 batters batted. Nothing across for post 65 at the end of 2.5. Steubenville nothing and Coshocton nothing. Got away from Baldwin. He picked it up and he gunned out Jennings. Here's Larry Mettenberger. Wilson's first pitch is a curveball that hangs outside.
Now that center fielder, number 11.
10 for 27 innings, 346. No homers and 3 RBIs for the left-handing batted center fielder from Catholic Central. That ball is down low, and it's 2-0.
Getting back to play at the end of that inning, John, a lot of catchers would have given up on that play, but the ball bounced about 3 feet to the left of home plate. Johnny come up throwing, and a good tag out there at the end of the inning.
The 2 pitches, a 12 strike. Mettenberger taking all the way. Robbie with a good eye up there has received 4 base on balls.
Small target to play.
The 2-1. Load for ball 3. So Larry ahead on the count, looks at Chuck Watt.
Wilson's throwing 24 pitches through 2 innings, which isn't a bad number either.
3-1 pitch. Larry drives it over the second base. couldn't control it as it flicked off of his glove, and Larry Mettenberger is aboard with the second Steubenville hit, a leadoff single here in the bottom half of the third.
He's been about an inch taller than that, John.
Number 13, pitcher, Inch Clark.
Nice solid wrap in the right field by Mettenberger.
That's the pitcher's pitch, the old 3-1 delivery. You still got one left, but if it's a good one, and it was a fastball right down the pipe, and Larry took it into right center. Clark up in the box, probably will be bunting here with nobody out as Wilson drives Mettenberger back into first on a headlong slide.
Clark also one of the better runners on this team, John. He also has a chance to help himself and move the runner into a scoring position with the top of the order coming up.
No score here in the bottom of the third. First of two. Fastball is high, and Inch takes it outside. So, not bunting the ball. Good job by Inch Clark as he checks Charlie Watt at third. Coaching down at first, Red Coulter in the dugout, Mark Stacy and Johnny Maltese. Wilson again moves the first, and once again Mettenberger hits the dirt.
John, 320 down the lines, 360 right in center field, and 380 straight away center field. Takes a pretty good poke to get one out of here.
David Murray almost got one out back in his second.
Not yet,
off with a double. Clark bunts and bunts through it, and it's 1-1 on the fastball.
No, it's not rewound because we didn't know how to rewind. So it's still on there.
Between the first and pitcher, as Rory tried to do earlier in the game, because the third baseman is right on top of him, expecting the bunt.
Infield at double play depth. The breaking ball is bunted right back to Wilson, but he will have to go to first, and on to Skelton, the second baseman covering. The sacrifice successful. Clark is retired, 1-4. Advancing to second, Larry Mettenberger. He's in scoring position, and that'll bring up catcher Johnny Baldwin, who walked back in the first to lead the game off for Steubenville, but was then picked off.
Next man,
Right back to the Baldwin. Wilson didn't have any choice at all. Looked at second, but went to first for the easy out at first. Runner on second here with one out and a chance to go out on top.
Even though the ball was bunted straight back to the pitcher, Clark brought his bat back to deaden the ball so it didn't travel that fast, and Wilson had to go to first. Wilson's first pitch is inside and almost hit Baldwin. Shortstop Olinger that time trying to sneak behind Mettenberger at second. So there's a big hole between third and short as Olinger again moves over. 0-1 to Baldwin with a fastball splitting the center of the plate, and the count is even at 1-1.
Mettenberger with good speed at second base, hitting the right spot with scoring.
Baldwin standing very far away from the plate and choking on the bat. The curveball is driven into left field. Coming on is Mamarella, and he makes a chest-high catch to score back to second. Not in time to double up Larry Mettenberger. The Baldwin hit it hard, and Mickey Mamarella came charging in to make a chest-high catch.
Looked like it had a chance to drop in there for a while, John, but the ball seemed to hang up on Baldwin, and Mamarella ended up making an easy catch out there in left field.
Billy Rory is the batter.
Bill.
Popped out to right field his last time up, and he's the leading RBI man for post 33 with 13. Curveball by Wilson was up high. Billy Rory, graduate of Steubenville High School, a real battler and competitor, as are all the post 33 players. A wild pitch getting away from catcher Barnett. Rounding third is Mettenberger. Back on the screen quickly is catcher Barnett, and Larry will hold it third on the wild pitch.
Okay, Billy, now deliver.
First bad throw that Wilson's made the entire game. If he gives us one more like that, we'll take it and it'll give us a 1-0 lead.
Mettenberger at third now does not have to score on a hit. He can score on a wild pitch, a pass ball, and an errant play. The windup. The 0-2 is ball straight. Robbie Davis on deck.
Let's bring this run in. I'm tired of leaving men on base.
Mean anything, but here at Vaccaro Field, runner definitely advances at least one base.
3-0, down low for ball 4. Rory receives the second walk of the game given up by Wilson. He's at first and a threat to go. With Davis at bat, Robbie is 1 for 1.
the next batter.
We'll have to wait and see how Chuck wants to play at this time, John. But I don't think he'll take the bat out of Robbie's hand. I think they'll want him to swing away and try and get a base hit to drive in this win.
So 2 on and 2 out. No score. Bottom half of the 3rd inning. The sun's shining brightly. The temperature's supposed to rise to the 90s this afternoon. Wilson stretches. Checks both runners. And the delivery. Curveball is outside.
Come on, be ready.
Mike Wilson, a record of 3-0, in trouble here with 2 down in the Steubenville 3rd in a scoreless game. 1-0, and Davis drives it to short. Nice big hop, and Olinger will take it unassisted at second, forcing Billy Rory. In the Steubenville 3rd, no runs. There was 1 hit in the inning, 2 runners left, and at the end of 3, we're scoreless. On 2 hits, and only 1 runner left on base. The first pitch by Clark to shortstop. Dan Olinger is taken for a called strike. Olinger was at bat when Dave Jennings was cut down Baldwin to Nodianis to end the 3rd. Clark's curveball is inside. In 3rd for Coshocton, they had 2 runners nailed on bases. They had 2 on and 1 out. A runner picked off second, and a runner trying to go to second was thrown out. It is outside, and Clark falls behind Olinger, who grounded out to Rory in the 1st at 2-1. Quick moving game here in the top half of the 4th. 2-1 from Clark inside, and it's 3-1. Clark has given 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 1.
Trying to keep this leadoff man off of the bases if we can.
Inch has thrown how many pitches in the first 3, Chip?
33.
A line shot to Billy Rory, and he catches it right at his shoe tops. Olinger hit it hard, but right at Rory. 1 up and 1 down in the old Adam ball for Inch Clark on that play.
Nice play by Rory that time. Rector's left about 1 step, caught it was a hard hit line drive, but it ended up as a routine catch for him there at 3rd base.
He just took his glove off and he shook his left hand as that ball was shot at his ankle. 1 up and 1 down to Adam Rector. Adam singled back in the 1st, but was stranded at 1st.
As you were saying earlier, John, Inch Clark doesn't have a lot of velocity on the ball into these Coshocton's batters. It must look very easy to hit, but with the breaking ball, he's really have him off balance and with some good defensive play. He's pitching real good right now.
A 1-0 to Rector. Inside for ball 2, so Clark has fallen behind the first 2 Coshocton hitters here in the 4th. Johnny Baldwin hangs the sign. The infield straight away, as is the outfield. Inside for ball 3, gets away from Baldwin. So Rector, who singled to left in the 1st, has a 3-0 count and is way ahead of pitcher Dave Clark.
First sign of a little wildness by Clark this afternoon so far.
Inch has pitched a fine ball game. Pitches outside for ball 4. So Clark walks his second batter, a 1-out walk to Adam Rector here in the 4th. And that'll bring up first baseman Gene Berry, who retired in the 1st, Nodianis to Murray. Inch Clark, by the way, is in his, see if I can find it, 4th appearance. He's pitched to this date only 3 1/3 innings, given up 4 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 3 earned runs. First delivery to left-handed batting first baseman Barrett is taken for a call strike.
No sign of anything on that pitch here. Have to wait and see if they try maybe a hit and run here on the next 1 or 2 pitches.
Barry, huskily built first baseman, left-hander. The 0-1 is a breaking ball. 2 hopper to Murray. He takes it, changes his mind, didn't throw it to second, and steps on first to get the shore out.
Good play by Dave that time. I don't think he had a chance on the runner going to second base, so he took the shore out at first. 2 outs, runner on second base here.
Rector in scoring position that picks up Mickey Mamarella, who tied off Tedeschi and Murray in the second. David Murray, one of the tough plays for the first baseman, is to throw into the runner going to second, and decided it was easier to get the out at first rather than taking a chance of hitting the runner or throwing it away. 2 down in the inning. And Mamarella from Dover High School, about 6'3", excellent basketball player and fine baseball player. The runner is going to third. Baldwin has an easy shot. The throw is not in time as he beat the throw. Rory was a little late in getting the tag down as he was still holding his position, and the runner steals third, Adam Rector.
John, looked like we had him dead to right on that particular play. He got a late start, but as you were saying, Rory a little bit late covering third base in the tag, just a little bit high.
The throw was not exactly on the base, but the reason being that Baldwin came up throwing and got out of the chute quickly, but Rory did not get there in time, and he beat the throw as he slid under it. 1 ball and no strikes to the batter, Mickey Mamarella. The curveball hangs inside, and it's 2-0. Coshocton with Rector at third.
1-1.
There's me. I missed that first pitch. Must have been a strike. Thank you, John. The 1-1 delivery from Inch Clark. Popped straight back and out of play. Didn't hit the press box. Count is 1-2, and Inch can get the big strikeout. He's walked 2 and struck out 1, and has not thrown that many pitches.
It still surprised me that the runner tried to steal third base. Mamarella, one of the better hitters on Coshocton's ball from the base, and probably would have scored him from second on any kind of a routine hit.
Wind, the 1-2 pitch is a strikeout. Looking, Mamarella was fooled on the pitch, then thought about swinging, and took a half-hearted semi-swing. Inch Clark with a big strikeout. His second of the game. Mamarella goes down, and in the Coshocton third. No runs, no hits. There was a walk in the inning. 1 runner left at the end of 3.5. We're still scoreless. Dave Murray and Jay Cockrell. Sounds like a good trio, Chicky Phillips. As Mike hits a breaking ball for a strike. He hit to a force out to end the first inning.
Let's see if we can get a couple runs on the board.
What's the groceries worth this inning?
0-1, curveball up high. How many pitches in the first 3 innings for Wilson?
40 through 3 innings.
Well, about what? 13 innings, not too bad. Both pitchers have thrown the ball over the plate. Curveball, Nodianis reaches out, chops it down to second. Easy play for Skelton on the Barrett. And Mike is retired 4-3. 1 up and 1 down in the Steubenville fourth.
Mike tried to take that curveball into right field. Didn't get a lot of it. Easy ground ball to the second.
He got it on the end of the bat. It had no zip to it. Didn't get it in the sweet spot, as they say. Is that an expression they use in golf? There's a sweet spot on the baseball bat, too, usually the thick part, right?
I don't know on these aluminum bats. The way they talk, it's the whole bat's a sweet spot.
You're asking Chicky Phillips about hitting?
Behind the pitch. Murray chops a grounder into the hole, backhanded by Olinger. His long throw is just in time. And Olinger with a fine play in the hole between third and short throws out David Murray for the second out of the inning.
Ground ball deep in the hole. He knocked it down. Had plenty of time to pick up long throw to first base. Got Dave Murray by half a step.
Your shortstop has to be able to have the strong arm because you'll never throw a runner out from the hole. But that's just what Olinger did because he has the strong arm, as does Nodianis and Davis for Steubenville. 2 up and 2 down, and Jay Copper was the batter, and he takes a Wilson fastball on the knees for a strike. Cockrell grounded to third in the second. We're still looking for our first long ball out of this park in the regular season. Cockrell had one in the exhibition game against the Alums. Overhand breaking ball is outside, and the count is even at 1-1. In the bottom half of the fourth, if you're just joining us, no score. Pitcher's duel, Wilson and Clark. There's a 2-hopper down to Olinger at short. His throw to Barry is in time, and it's 1-2-3 for first 33 here in the fourth. At the end of 4, nothing, and we'll be back. Given up but 2 hits, struck out 2 and walked 2. Inch's first pitch is driven to third, right to Rory. 1 pitch and 1 away as right lines to Rory.
Another hard shot to Rory at third base. Couple steps to his left, made the catch. Not as hard as the one the last inning did.
So 1 up and 1 down, while Skelton slides to left fielder Cockrell back in the second. He's 0 for 1. So Clark and Wilson sailing along in the pitcher's duel. Fun attempts back to the screen. Skelton trying to push one down the first base side, fouled it back into the screen. 0-1. And on deck is catcher Mike Barnett.
John, it just seems like the last 4 or 5 games we've seen that the pitchers have had a big advantage over the hitters. I don't exactly know what the reason is, but we haven't seen a whole lot of base hits the last 4 or 5 ball games at this field.
Could it be the background? Maybe that has something to do with it. There's a drive into right field for a base hit. As Bob Skelton is aboard with a one-out single as he took a Clark breaking ball on the outside and ripped it into right.
How come every time you just happen to say something like that, then it comes back to haunt you? Solid base hit into right center field.
They'll bring up catcher Mike Barnett. He walked back to the third inning. It was then picked off when Coshocton had runners at first and second and only one down. Barnett was picked off Clark to Davis. Let's see if they have a little hit and run here with one down in the top half of the fifth.
They really haven't tried to do anything on the bases since they had 2 runners picked off back in the third inning.
Real big lead down at first by Skelton as Clark's first pitch is inside to Barnett. He's got the biggest lead I've seen of any base runner today. Check him over there.
2, 3.
Real nice lead again. And Clark goes to first, and diving back in safely is Bobby Skelton.
Nice throw there by Clark that time. Looked like he had a shot at getting the base runner, but safe call given by the umpire.
That's that quick move, as I told you. He starts into his stretch, but doesn't come fully, and he throws to first, and it's a very fine move. Check of the runner. Curve ball is low for ball 2. So behind on the count is Inch Clark. Catcher Mike Barnett, who walked back in the first.
Hopefully Inch can concentrate on the pitcher and not let this runner on first base get him confused.
You don't want to be distracted. He makes a move to first to dive back in, safe again.
The ball's on the bag. They have him that time, John.
One of the hardest calls for an umpire to make in the two-man system is the pick-off play. And the rule of thumb usually is if you're not sure, he's safe. If you don't have the best view, in a 3-man crew, you'd be standing right there. Another move, it's into the dirt, it gets away, and Murray could not scoop it, and the air is on Clark. Rounding second is Skelton as the ball is over against the fence. Murray picks it up, and Skelton will move to second on the air by Dave Clark, the first air of the ball game. And Skelton's at second with 1 out and a 2-0 count on catcher Mike Barnett.
One of the disadvantages of continuing to throw to first base is always the chance that you can make a bad throw and your runner ends up advancing at least 1 base.
Time is called. Equipment adjustment for catcher Jerry Baldwin.
Clark upset himself for making that bad throw to first base. I wish he could have had that ball back.
So a runner in scoring position with 1 down here in the Coshocton 5th scoreless game. 2 areas are called strike. The fastball on the outside corner. 2-1 to Barnett. On deck, pitcher Mike Wilson.
Idea for the infield now is any ball that they can get to, John, to at least try and knock down to keep from going out the outfield, to try and hold the runner at third if they can.
Right, quite silent at this time as Coshocton posing a threat here in the top half of the 5th inning. Clark stretches, Davis sneaks in behind. The pickoff attempt to throw is high this time. But it was to the first base side, and Skelton got back. Had to throw been on the third base side as it was a couple innings ago. They might have had a shot at Bobby Skelton, who's taking a pretty good lead at second.
You wonder how the runners can continue to take leads like that and take a chance of getting picked off, but he's doing it.
Davis and Nodianis both trying to hold the runner close to second. Robbie cheats over again, a hole between third and short. Fastball for the Skelton, and this throw will be cut off by first baseman. As he drove it straight back up the middle on a shot.
Solid base hit up through the middle, and Skelton showing a lot of speed coming around third base. Another shot. Now that
Wilson. 1-0. Coshocton has taken the lead here in the top half of the 5th on a single by Skelton, an error on a pickoff attempt, and a run-producing single by Mike Barnett. He's at first with 1 down, and pitcher Mike Wilson, probably up to sacrifice, popped to first, back in the third is the batter. And Barnett with a good lead down at first. Wilson offers, misses. They got him picked off. The throw down to first, and going on to second with a stolen base is Mike Barnett. Baldwin threw to first, Barnett took off. The throw was in the dirt. Murray could not handle it, and will have to record a stolen base on that play.
They had him dead to right there, John. Baldwin come up throwing, threw to Murray. Murray couldn't get the ball out of his glove. The run in the meantime just took off, went to second base, head first slide, but no throw was even made.
Chicky, I'm not even sure they would have had him dead to right at second, because he took off as soon as Baldwin made the throw, and the ball was darn low, and it would have been a very tough play. So a runner in scoring position again. 1-0 to Wilson, swung on and missed for strike 2. 0-2 to Mike. One out here in the fifth. Coshocton has taken the lead as they've broken through Inch Clark in this scoreless deadlock. 1-0 Coshocton.
You can make mistakes like that against maybe some of the other teams, John, but against the good Legion teams, they take advantage of it.
The 0-2. Third ball is outside, and it's 1-2 to pitcher Wilson.
Seems like everything post 33 has been doing wrong. The visiting team has been taking advantage of every situation.
Clark gets the sign from Baldwin. The 1-2 pitch. Curve ball in the dirt, back to the backstop. A wild pitch by Clark. Moving on to third is Barnett. Count is 2-2.
Wild pitch that time. Baldwin didn't have no chance for the ball at all. The runner moved up easily to third base. Didn't come in on sacrifice fly or any error or base hit or anything right now. We got to try and keep this run from scoring. Let's see if the infield comes up.
It's easier to block the fastball than it is the curveball, because the curveball has all kinds of spin on it. You're not sure which way it's going to bounce.
Yeah, the infield is up.
Runner at third, one down. 2-2 pitch. Need a strikeout in the dirt, and the count is full at 3-2. Coshocton with a run in here in the fifth and threatening to get more with catcher Mike Barnett at third. He had the run-producing single, stole second, and moved the third on a wild pitch. The full count delivery. Outside for ball 4. And Wilson draws a walk. The third given up by Dave Clark. And that'll bring up leadoff batter Dave Jennings, who is 1 for 2, singled right up the middle back in the third. It was then cut down Baldwin to Nodianis.
See how Coshocton wants to play at this time, John. They got the one-run lead. Let's see if post 33 will try and get this guy going down to second base if the Coshocton team tries a delayed steal to get this run in from third.
There's got a little conference between Baldwin and Clark.
We were here a couple days ago and had the same situation in post 33. Let the runner go to second base on the steal, and myself, I can't see you giving any team an extra base if you can help it. If you can try and get the guy at second base, go ahead and get the out. And of course, you're trying to keep the guy from third scoring, but just don't give him a base for nothing.
Rory up tight at third. First pitch is a breaking ball way high.
Come on, Clark.
To Dave Jennings. 1-0 Coshocton. They broke through here in the fifth. They now have runners at first and third with only one down. That was the first out of the inning, a line drive by right to third baseman Rory. Steubenville needs the old double play field, a 6-4-3 shot. Fastball is popped down the left field line. Rory has the play. He's going over. Here comes Davis. A collision. The catch is made. The tag up from third. Davis is thrown to the plate from not being down. And moving down to second and being thrown out is pitcher Mike Wilson as he fell asleep. However, Davis made the catch on a pop down the left field line as he and third baseman Rory collided. Meanwhile, tagging up from third was Barnett. He came across the plate to score the second run of the inning. Wilson held it first, tagged up, and went to second on the throw to the plate. He rounded second, and then he fell asleep. Alertly, Baldwin, after catching the throw from Davis, fed down to Nodianis, who put the tag on. So a weird double play to end the inning. However, Coshocton in the inning came up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Steubenville error in the inning, and no runners left. At the end of 4 1/2, Coshocton 2, Steubenville nothing. Janeski will lead off the Steubenville fifth. He grounded the second to end the second inning. Left-handed batter, Kevin Janeski. Wilson's first delivery, way outside for a ball.
Wilson's thrown only 47 pitches through 4 innings. Last inning, 7 pitches to go through 3 outs.
That's Very refreshing to a squad. 1-1 on the fastball. Kevin Janeski taking it all the way on deck. Lefty Larry Mettenberger.
2 runs seem to pick the Coshocton team up a good bit just now, John.
They're 11-2 coming into the contest. His ball high, and it's 2-1 to Kevin Janeski. Kevin playing in right field, hitting at a 316 clip. The 2-1, way inside, and it's 3-1, and Kevin trying to get something going here in the Steubenville half of the 5th.
Need some base runners.
2-0 to Coshocton post 65, and with an 11-2 mark, post 33 with a doubleheader victory yesterday. 7-7, and it's high and tight with ball 4, and Kevin walks. Larry Mettenberger, the batter, he singled into right field. A line drive just over the outstretched hands of second baseman Wright. Pinch running for Janeski will be Michael Mayo. Mike Mayo pinch running here in the 5th.
Mike Mayo, pinch running for
A lot of speed on first base right now. He's pinch run in the last 2 nights. He's usually gone on the first or second pitch to try and get in scoring position. Chuck Watt trying to go for at least 1 run this inning. It's relatively early here, being in only the 5th inning.
Let's see if Mettenberger's taken after the walk as Wilson steps off as Mike Mayo had a nice lead. 2-0, bottom of the 5th. Larry Mettenberger checking with Coach Watt down at third. Rick Holder over at first. The move to first, not in time, as Mayo gets back easily.
Haven't had a chance really to check out the catcher Barnett's arm, John.
I watched him between innings a couple of times, and he bounced a couple of throws in the second, but I think Charlie's going to wait a little bit to see what the count goes to Larry Mettenberger before he decides to do anything with nobody out, and Mayo pinch running for Janeski, who walked here to lead off the bottom half of the 5th.
Third baseman in on the edge of the grass for Coshocton. He's expecting a bunt.
That's Dave Jenner. Pitch to Mettenberger is high for a ball, and you gotta believe they'll take until he throws the strike and then think about doing something.
As we said yesterday, a big part of post 33's offense, making the pitcher throw strikes, not helping him at all.
Inch Clark on deck. Move to first, Mayo again back easily standing up. Mettenberger steps out now back into the box. The 1-0 count to Larry. Stretched by Mike Wilson. There's a strike. Get the center of the plate. Count is even at 1. Larry Mettenberger, left-handed batting center fielder from Catholic Central, brother of Bernie Mettenberger. 1-1 delivered, way inside, and it's 2-1 to Larry Mettenberger.
No signs of bunting by Mettenberger, so I assume they have the hitting sign on for him.
He singled back in the 3rd. He hit a 3-1 pitch into right center. Stretch, a 2-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. Count is even at 2-2. It appears Larry may have gone after a pitch out of the strike zone.
Either that or it looked like maybe tried to hit the ball to the left side of the infield.
2-2, the count is even.
Wasn't a very good swing of that ball, John.
Nobody out, Mayo at first. 2-2, inside, almost hitting, the count is 4. And I gotta believe Michael Mayo will go on this pitch, even though we're trailing 2-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th.
I gotta agree with you, John. We've got to try and make something happen to get on the scoreboard here.
Wilson gets a sign from Barnett. Mayo will hold. Mettenberger drives one down to second, Skeleton up on to Owens for 1, on to first, and not in time. As the throw pulled Berry off the base.
Surprised, I suppose Mayo was not running on the play. Hard ground ball, second baseman. They almost turned a double play, but Mettenberger with his good speed beat it out.
So a 4-6 square on pinch runner Mayo. Larry Mettenberger is at first with 1 down here in the Steubenville half of the 5th. Coshocton leads at 2-0, and Inch Clark, the batter, sacrificed back in the 3rd. The ball from Wilson is outside. So Wilson in this inning walked Janeski on 5 pitches and then went 3-2 to Mettenberger, and now is 1-0 to Clark. He's throwing a lot of pitches this inning. And Larry Mettenberger will move down to second on the wild pitch. 2 balls and no strikes on Inch Clark.
Well, we're back to where we thought we would be after Mettenberg was up. We thought maybe we might try and be buttoned to move the runner up, but now we still have the runner on second base thanks to the wild pitch.
Big conference on the mound between Olinger, Jennings, and catcher Barnett, along with naturally pitcher Mike Wilson. Steubenville looking to break the ice. They've been shut out for 4 1/3 innings here. Mike Wilson has given post 33 only 2 hits, 2 balls, no strikes, and he's walked 3. But he has not struck out a batter. And Mettenberger now at second. The 2-0, way outside, and it's 3-0 to Dave Clark. On deck, John Baldwin, who lined to left his last time up. We're looking to make a comeback here in the 5th as Coshocton played a 2 in the top of the 5th to take the lead. Fastball is a called strike, Clark taking all the way. He checks with Chuck Watt.
Lights level, cut in. Gotta think we're going to be taking one more pitch, John.
Mettenberger, a decent lead down at second. Olinger trying to keep him close. Clark will chop it for short on 2 hops. Olinger up across the diamond to Barry, and Dave Clark is out 6-3. Second out of the inning. Mettenberger moving on to third on the play. 2 down now. Mettenberger at third, and John Baldwin the batter.
Go, John.
Baldwin 0 for 1, walked in the first.
Now batting. Baldwin. They gave a green light on the 3-1 count there. Olinger, the pitcher Wilson, obviously had to come in with the pitch that time, and they let Clark swing away, hoping he could deliver a base hit. But the 2-hopper to the shortstop, routine throw to first base. 2 outs and a runner on third base.
Need the clutch 2-out hit from John Baldwin. Wilson with a windup now. Curveball, and there's the base hit. Down the line. Baldwin may have a game for first. The ball gets away and left, and John Baldwin will fill up the second with a double. With a tough field control out in left field on Mamarella. He had to backhand the ball. The ball bounced off the head of his glove, and Baldwin never breaks his stride. Moves into second with a run-producing double, and Steubenville has broken the ice, and John is in scoring position for Billy Rory.
Come on, Billy. 2-out hit by John Baldwin. John right over third baseman said double all the way.
So Baldwin in scoring position to Bill Rory 0 for 1. He had a walk back in the third. That's by inside for a ball. So both squads have broken through here in the 5th.
Baldwin with good speed out at second base.
On deck, Rob Davis. Rory with 13 RBIs leads the squad. 2-0 to Billy, and working consistently behind the hitters in this inning, Mike Wilson has been scored upon for the first time in the game. Olinger trying to cheat behind Baldwin. Good lead at second. Inside called strike. It's 2-1 to Billy Rory.
Third baseman playing even with the bag, and shortstop going over trying to keep Baldwin back at second base. Nice size hole between short and third.
The stretch to check of the runner and the delivery by Wilson, and Rory swings and fouls it at the plate. The count is now even at 2-2. To the third baseman, right-handed batting, Billy Rory.
Go, Rory. Come on, Billy.
Temperature at about 90 degrees here at Vaccaro Field. Another game to follow. If you're wondering about the Buccos, they'll be starting at about 2:35 in St. Louis, going for their 8th straight. There will be Rick Roden for Pittsburgh, and I think the St. Louis starter is Pittsburgher John Stupert. We'll have that game for you at the conclusion of this game. Another game to follow here. Come on out and watch post 33. Rory goes back and swinging. Wilson records his first strikeout of the game. In the inning for post 33. 1 run coming on 1 hit. There were no errors in the inning and 1 runner left. At the end of 5, Coshocton 2, post 33 1. First pitch from Clark on the inside corner for a called strike for Dan Olinger.
Get him, Dave.
Clark steps off of the pitcher's rubber. Dave Murray down at first experiencing a little bit of pain, it appears, as time is called.
Maybe he got bit by something out there.
Might be, as umpire Dave Wood checking the back of his neck. Evidently something bit him or stung him. And boy, they can hurt, as you well know. I remember reaching down inside of a rock to grab something or a block And there was a nice wasp down in there, and he got his dinner as he nailed me.
He seems all right. For the moment anyway, John. I don't know what happened to him.
I'd be saying, take it out, Coach.
Well, you know, we haven't had any bumblebees or yellow jackets or anything in the press box as we did on the first game, so that's a plus.
Looks like Coshocton has somebody warm up in their bullpen. As soon as we find out who it is, we'll pass it along to you.
Clark's curveball breaks outside, and the count is even at 1 to Olinger.
They're throwing in Steubenville's pen, too.
Well, I can't see that far. It's like 76 or something. Inside, ball 2. 2-1 to Dan Olinger. We'll let Hawkeye John Phillips check that number out.
I keep that big muffin off, and I keep it together.
2-1 to leadoff batter Olinger here in the Coshocton 6. 2-1 Coshocton lead. It's a foul straight back as Olinger had a good rip at a Clark fastball.
Clark looked like he had a little bit of mustard on that fastball for looked like maybe his best fastball of the game so far.
The wind kicking up just a little, blowing all about straight out.
Brad Bumpus.
Brad Bumpus is warming up in the Coshocton pen down the left field. 2-2 pitch. Clark's breaking ball is driven down between first and second. Nodianis glides over, fields and throws it into Murray to retire Olinger.
Nice curveball by Inch Clark that time. The batter just ripped it down to Nody in the second. Easy play for Nody. Over to Murray for 1 out.
They'll bring up center fielder Adam Rector. Walked, stole the base back in the fourth and singled in the first. He's 1 for 1. Inch Clark pitching a fine game, finds himself trailing 2-1 here in the top half of the sixth in a quick-moving game here on 1340 WSTV. Your station for Steubenville, Parramatta, Post 33 American Legion Baseball. Adam Rector takes a ball on the first pitch from Clark.
Clark's only thrown 63 pitches coming into this inning.
You don't like to throw a lot of pitches on days that are hot like today. Another fastball is inside for ball 2. So Inch has fallen behind. He's passed 3 and struck out 2 in the first 5 and 1/3 innings.
Did your mother come over?
Right-handed batting center fielder Adam Rector takes another pitch inside, and it's 3-0. Adam checks with his coach down at third. Takes on should be off. Steubenville trails it 2-1. Both squads scoring in the fifth. Coshocton 2 and Steubenville 1. Clark's fastball is taken. It's 3-1.
Full automatic right there. Fastball right down the middle. The hitter was taking it all the way.
You don't want to walk him in this situation. You want to make him hit the baseball. 3-1 delivery. Count is 1 full to Adam Rector with Gene Berry, the first baseman, on deck.
See if Clark can come back and get him.
The payoff delivery. Fastball got in for each Clark. Count to Rector and came back with 3 fastballs to record his 3rd strikeout of the game. 2 up and 2 down in the Coshocton 6th. Adam Rector goes down swinging. He's now 1 for 2, and it'll be up Gene Berry, who's grounded out 2nd and 1st in his 0 for 2. He's a left-handed batter wearing number 44 on his blue Coshocton jersey. Clark's fastball is right down the pipe, and the old Hummer looking good here for Clarkie in the 6th.
Going mainly to the fastball right now.
Murray deep at first. Rory up at third. Curveball nearly swung on and missed. So Inch Clark coming back from that 3-0 count with 3 straight fastballs to strike out Rector. And now he's got Berry in the hole at 0-2. Clark gets the sign from Baldwin, who sets up on the outside corner of the plate. And the fastball is way outside, and it's 1-2.
Obviously, waste pitch with no balls and 2 strikes on the hill.
Mickey Mamarella on deck for Coshocton Post 65, and with a fine mark of 11-2 as they travel to Steubenville here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in June. Curveball gets he rolled him up. And first baseman Berry does not hold back on the swing. Strikeout number 2 in the inning, the 4th of the game for Vince Clark. Nothing across for Coshocton. 3 up and 3 down at the end of 5.5. 2-1, Coshocton. Wilson has walked 3 and struck out 1, along with giving up only 3 hits. Davis takes the pitch in the dirt for a foul. Home plate, Franklin. They got nailed with that one. Davis steps out, now is back in the box. Wilson gets his final sign from Barnett. The 0-1, or the 1-0. Low for ball 2.
Chuck Watt yelling down to Robbie to make sure it was a strike.
Last inning, Wilson had quite a bit of problem, and he threw a lot of pitches, Chicken.
He has 69 through 5 innings.
How many in the last inning? Davis makes ball 20.
22 in the 5th inning alone.
So you can see that he had only 47 for 4, which is an average of 12, and then he threw 22, and now he's behind the Davis, 3-0. And here comes the pitch. There's a strike. Robbie taking the ball away. Chuck Watt down to third on deck. Mike Nodianis, the hero of both games yesterday in the hitting department, as he drove in both winning runs in the 7th inning. 3-1 is in the dirt, and Davis walk here, trying to get something going for first 33 in the top of the bottom half of the 6th. They trail at 2-1. And here comes the Coshocton manager, whose name we do not have, out of the dugout. The top, pitcher Mike Wilson, who has now passed his 4th batter.
Tony Rubel.
Tony Rubel. Thank you much.
19-1-0.
Big conference on the mound. Nodianis talking with
19 is Ken Jennings.
batter Mike, talking with Chuck Watt. I think we might have a number of options here. Nody's a real big stick. He may not want him to bunt. He may be taking a little hit and run. Davis can run. Also, they're going to be taking, I know they'll probably be taking a pitch. So let's watch where Nody stands in the batter's box to give us a clue what he might be doing. Up a little bit, not as far as they usually get out.
I have to be thinking he's going to be taking a strike and then laying a bunt down, John.
Stretch. Nody squares the bunt, and he drops one down the first baseline. Wilson picks it up, goes on to second baseman Skelton to retire Nodianis 1-4. The sacrifice moves Davis to his scoring position at second. One down in the inning to David Murray, who doubled to deep left center back at the second.
Chicky.
And grounded to short in the 4th. So Nody sacrifices Davis to second. And Davey Murray, who came out of the slump yesterday with 2 hits in the first game and ripped one to deep left center field back in the second here, the key man for post 33 is looking to tie the game, trailing 2-1 in the bottom half of the 6th.
I was a little surprised, John. I thought maybe he might take 1 strike and lay it down, but a fine bunt by Nodianis.
Her ball is outside. Good stop by catcher Barnett. And Murray ahead of the count, 1-0 with Jay Cockrell on deck.
2 shots to get this tying run in from second base. Robbie Davis with good speed out on the bases.
Murray choking on the bat a little bit. Low for ball 2. The outfield is very deep and straight away. And we're going to have a pitching change right now as Tony Rubel comes out of the Coshocton dugout. Mike Wilson puts his head down, not too happy that he's going to be yanked. And the new pitcher for Coshocton will be number 14. And that is
Brad Bumpus.
No.
No, they're going to change around. Wait a minute.
Bring it into left fielder.
all right, Mamarella was going to be the new pitcher, Mickey Mamarella. And going in the left field will be
Bumpus.
Brad
Bumpus.
Bumpus.
B-U-M-P-H-U-S. I just have to spell it.
So if you're scoring along with us, Brad Bumpus, B-U-M-B-H-U-S, will go into the number 9 spot. Mike Wilson is out of the game,
14,
and the new pitcher here in the 6th with 1 out will be left fielder Mickey Mamarella. Bumpus into left,
Mickey
and Mickey Mamarella will be coming in to pitch here in the Steubenville.
They had gone pretty far in the tournament, but I wasn't exactly sure how far. Let's see if Murray can bring this run and tie this game up.
Dave Murray has a count of 2 balls and no strikes on him, and Mamarella stretches and checks Davis at second. The fastball is a strike on 2-1. Big overhand fastball from Mickey Mamarella. Dave Murray can deliver the tying hit here, hopefully in the bottom half of the 6th. Third ball is another blue line outside center. Mamarella threw hardly any strikes in his warm-up. He's got the fastball and the curveball in to Dave Murray. 2-2 with Davis at second and an out here in the 6th. Way outside, Murray just holding up, and the count is full here.
Full count.
Let's see who comes out on top.
Hollinger trying to sneak behind Robbie Davis. Let's see if Davis gets a nice lead down there. Not too bad. It's the Murray line up the middle. It's the base hit. Davis got a late start. He may not score. Center fielder Rector throws it in and it's cut off by first baseman June Barry. Davis sort of hesitated because he wasn't sure if it would be caught, and it wasn't going to be caught. And he did not get a real good jump. So Dave Murray lines the full count pitch right up the middle. He's at first. Davis stops at third, so we've got runners at the corners. As Mamarella has given up his first hit, David Murray has come out of that slump with 2 ripping hits today and 2 yesterday, and the batter Jay Cockrell, and we've seen his average fall down, and he is due. He's 0 for 2, a grounder to third in the second and a grounder to short. We've got runners at first and second, mates on the corners with Michael Mayo on deck, 1 down there, Mamarella in relief of Wilson in the bottom half of the 6th, and Murray steps off first to talk with Red Kohler.
No, we'll have to wait and see what Chuck Watt wants to do here, but just from watching him give the signals down at third base, I think they're going to have Coastal swinging away.
Well, Jay usually makes contact. He has only struck out 2 times in 40 plate appearances. Pitch is high for the ball. That ball out of the infield at least, Big J, from Buckeye South. He has good power. Let's see the first homer of the year. Mamarella checks the runners at first and third. The pitch to Cockrell, he took a healthy cut, but didn't get it, and the count is even at 1-1. I'm gonna tell you, he doesn't get cheated on his swing.
Just watching Chuck Watt, and he didn't give any extra signals here, John, so we got to figure that he's swinging away again.
A 1-1. Yes, it's a little rough. I almost fell back. It was a late breaking curveball. I'm up here and 2 balls. Dumps are down there.
Tough pitch to take.
2-1 to Jay. He likes those pitches up high. Fastball is low, and it's 3-1 to Jay Cockrell. Murray at first, Davis at third. Davis walked, moved to second on Nodianis' sacrifice, and went to third on Murray's single. 1 down. Here's bottom of the 6th. Coshocton 2, Steubenville 1. Just another exciting game from Vaccaro Field. There's a strike, and the count is now 4 to Jay Cockrell. That's Murray at first to see if the steal is on, and again, Cockrell usually makes contact.
Got to figure Murray's going to be ready to try and stop him from the double play so Davis can score.
Mamarella gets inside. Here comes the delivery. Outside for ball 4, and Cockrell draws a 1-out walk. The bases are now loaded as Murray moves down to second. Michael Mayo's the hitter. Chuck Watt calls time. We may have a pinch hitter as he's looking into the dugout. Time has been called. Boy, I'll tell you, never a dull moment here at Vaccaro Field on the campus of the University of Steubenville. Our 5th straight broadcast. We've got 1 more coming up tomorrow evening. Maynard is in town. Coach Bob Nasarowski's squad. And then we'll be here next weekend as we'll be Steubenville and St. Mary's for doubleheaders Saturday and Sunday. Post 33 will take to the road on Tuesday of this week.
A lot of options out here for Post 33.
Give me that game base hit.
I think we're going to try and screw this run and get this game
You
done.
think?
Michael Mayo, the batter, he pinched running back in the 5th for Janeski.
Infield up everywhere.
The stretch by Mamarella. He brings a fastball to Mayo for a call strike number 1.
Still only 1 out, right?
1 out here, bottom of the 6th. Bases jammed. Davis at third. Murray at second. Cockrell at first. Mayo the batter. The 0-1 pitch to squeeze is on. He foul tipped it. The catch is made, and he's out. Davis is out as the catcher Barnett made the catch. Strike 2 as Davis is out on the suicide squeeze. Michael Mayo attempted the bunt. He tipped the ball. Catcher Barnett made the catch on the tip. Alertly tapped Davis, who had stopped between third and home. So the out is recorded. A brilliant play by the catcher, Mike Barnett, who caught the foul tip. Had he not, it would have just been a foul ball. So the count is 0-2 to Michael Mayo. Davis is retired. Catcher Barnett, unassisted, coming home on the suicide. A conference on the mound for Coshocton. A big defensive play for post 65. as Michael Mayo gunned his bat on the ball, but it went foul behind the plate and it was caught directly from the bat into the glove. That's the foul tip. Strike 2. Davis out. Catcher Barnett unassisted.
One thing that can happen to this squeeze if you at least don't foul the ball off or get it on the ground, the runner comes from third. Most of the time is an easy out for the catcher.
2 on and 2 out, and Mamarella steps off. As Murray had a good lead at second.
Mayo obviously a little disappointed, John. They at least didn't foul the ball off and didn't get it in the playing part of the field.
It was a high curveball, and they're tough to bunt. 0-2. Mayo fouls it back to the string. The count is still 0-2. We need the big 2-out hit now.
Had a hunch they were going to go with the squeeze that time, and they didn't even start it at all. Davis come right down from third base. Mayer obviously trying to get the ball in the playing area to get the tying run home, but this time it didn't work out for first, third, and third.
In Michael's defense, it was a high curveball inside. He did nip it, but it was caught by the catcher, and that's a key play by Barnett. The 0-2 is upstairs, and it's 1-2 to Mike Mayo, who moved into right field or center field to replace Kevin Janeski when he pinch ran back in the 5th. 1-2 to Michael Quick Mayo. Curveball, he hung in there and fouled it back to the screen. It's 2 rows to take.
Let's see if Mike can redeem himself and get a fresh 2-out hit here to score the tying run.
Mayo hanging tough against reliever Mickey Mamarella here in the bottom half of the 6th, with Coshocton leading at 2-1. The inning started with Davis walking. He was sacrificed to second by Nodianis. Murray singled in the 3rd. Dave Cockrell then walked. And on the suicide squeeze on the 0-1 count, Mayo tipped it into the mitt of Barnett, and Davis was a dead duck. 2 down, Murray holding at second and Cockrell at first. 1-2 to Mike Mayo.
Come on, Mike, let's get a little base hit out there.
Stretch the pitch. Pitch from Mamarella, who put out the fire. Here we are, top of the 7th. Mamarella, the leadoff batter, fouls Inch Clark's first pitch straight back. Mickey in with fly ball to right in the 2nd, and a strikeout, called 3rd strike, back in the 4th. He's 0 for 2.
Looks like they'll take another 7th inning round to pull this out. Let's see if we can do it like we did yesterday when we took 2 from Ashton.
7th inning has been a big inning for Steubenville in their home games. There's a beautiful first ball from Inch Clark, who's done an outstanding job this afternoon, as he has only been touched in the 5th inning for the 2 runs. He's given up 4 hits over the first 6 innings. Inch curveball, Mamarella fouls it at the plate. The last time, as I remember, he got Mamarella looking on a beautiful breaking ball.
Seems he has Mamarella tied up when he throws that curveball, John. Mamarella doesn't even seem to know what to do with it. Let's see if he continues throwing.
Inch's curveball is an overhand variety, and it looks like a pitch that's falling off at the end of the table. The 0-2 delivery. There's the curveball, and he got him for a 2nd time. Clark has returned the last 3 batters on strikes. He struck out Rector and Berry to end the 6th.
Strike him out, Mick. Don't worry about that. Mamarella looked right on all 3 pitches that time that he went swinging on.
5 strikeouts for Inch. He's walked 3 and given only 4 hits, but he finds himself trailing here with 1 out in the top of the 7th, 2-1. Fastball in tight for a ball to right fielder Mike Wright. He's 0 for 2.
One of these games will be a tough loss for Inch Clark to take, because he has pitched a nice ball game.
A 1-0. Almost hit him. Backs him off the plate. It's 2-0.
Just can't get over the nice pitching, John, that we've seen the last 4 or 5 games from both teams when they've come into the Prairie Field.
2-0 to right fielder Wright. Right down the pipe. He takes it, and it's 2-1.
I don't think we've seen a bad pitcher yet.
Games have been very close. The most we've seen a run differential at the 7-5 Toronto victory. 2 runs. Every other game, 1 run. A chopper down to 3rd. Rory's up, looks at the ball, pounds the glove, and throws on to Murray. Out number 2 is Wright is retired 5-3. 2 up and 2 down in the 7th. That'll bring up 2nd baseman Bob Skelton, who singled back in the 5th to start the 2-run rally. He came across to score the first run of the game. Skelton is 1 for 2. On deck, pitcher Mike Barnett, who's had an outstanding game for Coshocton. 2 down here in the Coshocton 7. A fast-moving game. If you're out there listening, we've got one more to follow. If you're wondering about the Pirates, they'll be coming on at the conclusion of this game. Fastball, Skelton is inside. Buccos with 7 in a row are at St. Louis. Game time 2:35. Rojic will be turning all the dials when we conclude this game to bring you Pittsburgh Pirates baseball. 1-0. Called strike. At 1-1. We'll be here at the Vaccaro Field again tomorrow evening. Maynard in town. 5:50. Warm-up. 6 o'clock. Game time. As Coach Bob Nazarowski brings in an outstanding Maynard squad to Vaccaro Field. 1-1. It's driven down to short. Davis with a nice convenient hop on to Murray. And easy 1, 2, 3 for Ince Clark. We're going to move to the bottom half of the 7th. It's 2-1 Coshocton.
Let's see if we can pull it out for you in the 7th.
8-9-1 hitters. Larry Mettenberger, Dave Clark, and John Baldwin to face reliever Mickey Mamarella. First pitch from Mamarella. On the corner for Steubenville. Mettenberger 1 for 2. Singled back in the 3rd to right, and grounded in a fielder's choice in the 5th. The 0-1. Outside, the breaking ball. Mettenberger almost went fishing, but took it, and the count is even at 1. Comes the 1-1 delivery. Mamarella brings the breaking ball in for a close strike number 2. He almost slipped off the rubber that time. Big overhand curveball.
It seems he has a curveball and a good moving fastball.
A 1-2 delivery to Mettenberger. Curveball chopped to the left side. Third baseman Jennings up. He's going to have to hurry, and he pulls the batter off the base. He pulls Barry off the base. As the throw was off to the home plate side of first base, and I knew he had to hurry to get Larry Mettenberger, the left-handed batter. We're going to score it in air on the 3rd baseman as the throw pulled first baseman Gene Barry off the base, and you could see the daylight from here. And that'll bring up Ince Clark. Ince sacrificed in the 3rd, grounded to short in the 5th, and Dave will definitely be bunting in this situation.
Mettenberger showing fine speed moving down the first baseline.
Good call by first base umpire Dave Wood on that play. As you can see, Barry's foot coming off the bag. Runner at first, nobody out. Mamarella moves to first, and Mettenberger headlonging back in. Larry takes a pretty good lead down there.
Clark obviously will be bunting, John. Let's see if Coshocton maybe could make a bad play on you and throw the ball away.
You must have read my mind. Clark bunts, foul at the plate. Just what I was thinking about. How about fielding the bunt and throwing it down the right field line, which would probably let Mettenberger score.
Coshocton hasn't made tremendous mistakes at all in the field today.
They've executed, and that's what Steubenville needs to do here on this bunting play. They need to execute to move this tying run down to 2nd with 1 out.
Clark can't get too fancy with it. All we want him to do is just lay the ball down and make the pitcher fielder to the first baseman so we can get Mettenberger in the scoring position.
The 0-1. Popped up and foul. As catcher Barnett on his knees could not get to it. Gene Barry was also trudging, and Mamarella was close to the play, so it's 0-2 to Clark. And that was another breaking ball. Tough, again, as we've mentioned 2 or 3 times, to bunt that breaking ball.
Obviously, I think we'll have Ince Clark swinging away this time. Let's see if he can redeem himself and get himself a base hit.
How about a little old wild pitch?
That would definitely help.
2 strikes on Dave Clark, who's pitched a super game here for post 33, but trails 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Mamarella, a soft throw to first. Mettenberger went back in on his belly. Didn't need to that time.
Come on, Ince.
Mamarella steps back off of the pitching circle. Now he moves to the mound. Stretches. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball is popped into short center field. Going back and making the easy plays is shortstop Dave Steubenville. 1 down here as Clark pops to short. That'll bring up John Baldwin. Johnny 1 for 2. Walked in the 1st, lined to left in the 3rd, and singled sharply, or doubled sharply down the left field line in the 5th to plate the only Steubenville run Larry Mettenberger scored it, so Baldwin is 1 for 2 with an RBI.
See how Chuck Watt played. We haven't had a chance to check the catcher's arm out yet.
There's a beautiful curveball from Mamarella, and Baldwin takes it for a strike.
I'd have to think that we're going to have to try to steal something to get him down to second base, John.
We might wait until there were 2 outs. Another curveball in the corner. Baldwin behind in the count as Mamarella has brought 2 breaking balls. 0-2 to John. 1 down, bottom of the 7th. Coshocton leads it 2-1. The crowd hoping for a Baldwin hit as Johnny steps out and calls time.
Let's see if they try and waste one on him and get John good for a bad pitch.
Barnett hangs the sign. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, it gets away. Mettenberger is down to second. He rounds the base. Barnett on top of the ball down the first baseline. The ball comes funneling near the Steubenville dugout. And Mettenberger is at second in scoring position. The count is now 1-2 to John Baldwin.
Well, that helped, John. You called it, hoping for a little bit of a wild pitch or pass ball. I don't know what we're going to call that. Looked like it will have to go with the wild pitch.
Anytime it gets into the dirt, you got the wild pitch. Barnett tried to block it, but I think it bounced off of his right shin guard, and that's why it took the funny hop. Chuck Watt is out talking with base runner Larry Mettenberger, telling him, Larry, on the base rip, we want you home. Larry has scored the only run of the game for Steubenville, and he's at second, a board on an air, and moves to second on a wild pitch.
Let's see what kind of lead he can get out there at second base.
Well, the second baseman, Skelton, is way over in the right field hole.
So he got a big lead.
Hollinger is going to try to hold it. Fastball gets away from the catcher Barnett. That's a pass ball, and Mettenberger is now at third. A wild pitch and a pass ball. Just looking up to the pitch.
John, Leo hitter.
Like we tried to decide what to call last time, we're definitely giving a pass ball and catch. We should have had that one.
It was a high fastball, and Barnett has done an excellent job up to that point. Let it go right through his webbing. So now the infield will have to come up, and that'll increase Johnny Baldwin's chances of getting a base hit, because anything hit to either side of your fielders has a good shot at getting through.
Well, could they do it 3 times in a row, John?
I think so. On deck, Bill Rory. Davis in the hole. Baldwin with a 2-2 count. He's got the only ribby of the game for Steubenville. 2-1, bottom of the 7th.
Right side of the infield, way up.
Come on, Johnny, contact. 2-2 delivery. Curveball is up high, and the count is now full.
You gotta throw your strike out.
Shortstop about 2 feet off the ground. First baseman and second baseman right on the edge of the grass. If Johnny gets any kind of contact at all, I got to figure we got to stay safe.
Mamarella stretches, the sign, the pitch, breaking ball is outside, and Baldwin with a 1-out walk is at first, and he's an excellent base runner. And a good bat handler coming up. Billy Rory leads the squad in ribbies with 13. He's 0 for 2 today. Walked back to the third. Struck out his last time. Chuck Watt talking with Rory. Conference on the mound. Red Calder talking with Baldwin. Mettenberger at third. Baldwin at first. 1 down. Bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Coshocton.
Let's see if we can do some coaching here, John. We've seen Bill Rory in the past. Probably one of the best clutch punters on first 33. Let's see how Chuck Watt wants to play.
You've got a lot of options here. You can steal if you wish. See what they do. You can bunt, you can take, and the Coshocton infield has Hollinger about even with second, between second and third. Second baseman Skelton is up on the grass. Third baseman Jennings is even with the bag. Mamarella stretches. The pitch to Roy is a breaking ball, a called strike. Charlie Watt giving all kinds of signs. A squeeze is a very strong possibility.
I got to think they'll come in with it, John. Let's see.
Davis on deck. Rory the batter. The 0-1. Breaking ball is high. 1-1.
No sign whatsoever on that pitch.
Chuck Watt giving some more signs. Coshocton quite aware.
Bob.
Let's see if they'll call it right.
I'm sure that's what he called. That's what he did.
Just the ball. Just the ball. Coshocton hasn't come out of the dugout yet. You're not allowed to go to your mouth.
I think that's what he called when he went to his mouth, John.
I know that's what he called.
The Coshocton coach is not coming out of the dugout at all, so
It's a ball is what it is, not a ball. It's a score, right? Giving Steubenville the run.
no argument from Coshocton. We're not exactly sure what happened.
What he did was he went to his mouth in the pitching area. You can't touch your mouth unless you're off on the grass or off of the pitcher's mouth.
Wouldn't you think that Coshocton coach would be out there?
Well, they must think that's what the rule is. But I'm almost positive that runners on and no runners on is nothing but a ball. But Steubenville is tied the game. Moving on to second is Baldwin. The pitch for Robbie. If it comes strike, it's 1 and 2. We'll go. 2-1 strike, right? That one was I had 1 and 1 at the count. I don't know. It's 1 and 2. That was a strike, John. A 1-2 pitch. Rory fouls it at the plate. The count is now even at 2 and 2. Larry Mettenberger has scored the second run of the game on a block. Moving down to second is John Baldwin. One out here in the seventh. And I got to check my rule book, but I'm almost positive that on that play,
I think you're right, John. 1 and 2. It's been a while since I've seen that call.
and I got it circled right here in the book. Pitch called and takes off for third. Barnett has trouble getting out of the ball. John Baldwin is a dead duck at third. It was ball 3 to Buell Rory. Baldwin out stealing 2-5. Barnett has trouble getting out of it. Robbie made a perfect throw with him, and John Baldwin was a dead duck. 2 out in the inning, nobody on. The game is tied, though, at 2-2 in the bottom half of the seventh. Rory with a full count pitch, getting ready to step back in the box.
Nice throw to third base.
No, 2-2 second.
John, he slid in, but he was out all this. 2-2.
Pitch is upstairs.
Now it's
excuse
full.
me, the count is now 3 and 2. I missed a pitch in there somewhere, or I added a pitch. Full count to Billy. Nobody on, 2 out. Inside, ball 4. Rory with a 2-out block is the winning run down at first as Robbie Davis will step to the plate. With teammate Rory at first, Davis 1 for 2, single in the
Get
first.
on deck, Dave.
Not that, it's Davis.
Walked back in the sixth and was out coming home on an attempted suicide squeeze.
Okay.
Exciting game here today.
Nodianis on deck, hopefully saying to himself, I don't want to bet. Let Davis win the game, but Nodi also thinking, I'd like to get another chance at a game-winning hit.
It was a walk, a pass ball, a wild pitch, and a balk for the tying run. Unusual way to score a run, but the way things are going right now, we'll take it.
Take him any way you can get him. The stretch by Mamarella. The runner, Rory, faked the break. The pitch is in the dirt. 1-0 to Robbie Davis. Mamarella checks the sign from Barnett. Rory with a good lead. Davis drives it into deep left. It may be over the head of the left fielder. It is. It's off the fence. Rory around second. Here comes the relay to the shortstop. It's overthrown, and Rory will have to hold the third. Davis pulls up the second with a two-bagger. Robbie Davis with a shot over left fielder.
Okay, Mike. Waiting around.
Substituting there, Brad Bumpus. And here comes Coach Tony Ribble out to the 9 with Nodianis up, and I gotta believe they're gonna put him on. 2 down here in the bottom half of the seventh. We're deadlocked at 2-2. Davis has just delivered his second hit of the game, a ringing double over the head of the left fielder, Brad Bumpus, up against the fence.
Okay, I
but
wanna
Rory
ask
had
you a
no
question.
chance of scoring.
Much better.
Mike can be the hero of 3 games in a row, John.
What if they put Mike on when he comes to bat, puts him over the fence?
In this situation, you
Grand
usually
slam.
would walk your hitter into the forced play at any rate.
you get credit for all the runs.
That's what's going to happen.
Looks like they're going to pitch, John.
Come on, Michael.
Stretch. Amarella's delivery brings the breaking ball down low. Ball 1. Mike Nodianis. Nodi is 0 for 2. He sacrificed his last time up in the 6th. Nodi has the advantage here. He's ahead on the count. Dave Murray on deck. Mamarella stretches. The delivery. On the corner for a strike. 1-1 to Mike Nodianis. Right-handed batting second baseman for Steubenville, we congratulate. 1-1, two hoppers short. And this game is over. Jumped into the arms of David Murray. Long air by shortstop Owen on a ball hit right at him. It went right between his wickets, and Steubenville again in the bottom half of the seventh for the third straight game
Final
has
score
come up
of
with a
today's first
victory
game, post
in the inning
33,
for post
Coshocton
33. 2 runs coming on only 1 hit. For Coshocton in the inning, there was 1 error and 2 runners left. The final score, Steubenville 3, Coshocton 2, and we'll be back for the wrap-up